Are you tired of using the same phrases over and over again? In this video, I'll show you better ways to say common phrases so you can level up your English and speak more confidently. Using different phrases shows you're actively engaged in the conversation and keeps things interesting for both you and the listener. Whether you're talking to a stranger or a close friend, these phrases will definitely take things up a notch and prove that your English speaking skill is getting better day by day. Let's get started. I have no idea. This phrase has the same meaning as I don't know, but with a more casual tone. For example, when someone asks you if it's going to rain today, and you don't know, you can say, I have no idea. Listen and notice how the words are linked together. Understanding this will significantly help improve your pronunciation. No idea. No idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Another similar phrase we can use is, I have no clue. This phrase also has a casual tone that can be used daily in informal situations. Listen and repeat after me. I have no clue. I have no clue. I have no clue.
I have no clue. I have no clue.
I have no clue. I have no clue.
Or we can also say, I haven't a clue. Notice that haven't is the contracted form of have not. Haven't. I haven't a clue. I haven't a clue. I haven't a clue.
I haven't a clue. I haven't a clue.
Haven't a clue. Haven't a clue.
I'm not sure. This is the most neutral and polite way to express uncertainty in most situations. It works well in both casual and formal settings. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Another expression you can use instead of I don't know is beats me. Remember, it's perfect for chatting with friends or family, but not for formal conversations. Notice the ending S in the word beats. Beats me. Beats me. Beats me.
Beats me. Beats me.
Beats me. Beats me.
Dunno. This is a very informal contraction of I don't know. It's best used only with very close friends or family due to its informality. Listen and repeat after me. Dunno. Dunno. Dunno.
Dunno. Dunno.
Dunno. Dunno.
Who knows? This phrase suggests there's no clear answer and the outcome is unpredictable. It's useful for expressing general uncertainty about a future event. Notice the ending sound in the word knows. 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 Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Now, while we're exploring alternatives, let's talk about a phrase you might be tempted to use. Don't ask me. While it gets the point across, it can come across as dismissive or even rude, especially in formal settings. Remember, our goal is to express ourselves clearly while maintaining a positive and respectful tone. Listen and notice how the words are linked together. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
It's anyone's guess. This phrase suggests that the outcome or answer is completely unknown and unpredictable. There's no clear answer to it, and anyone's guess is as good as anyone else's. Pay attention to the ending S in this sentence. It's anyone's guess. It's anyone's guess. It's anyone's guess. I'm clueless. Again, this is another casual way of saying I don't know. To be clueless is having no clue and knowledge of something. Notice the word stress pattern here. Clueless. Clueless. I'm clueless. I'm clueless. I'm clueless.
I'm clueless. I'm clueless.
Not as far as I know. This phrase is useful when you haven't heard anything specific about the topic, but you can't guarantee there isn't information you're missing. There's a lot of linking in this sentence, so make sure you're paying close attention. Not as far as. Not as far as. Not as far as I know. Not as far as I know. Not as far as I know.
Not as far as I know. Not as far as I know.
Another really common expression you might hear all the time is, your guess is as good as mine. This phrase implies you're both equally unsure about something. It's a good way to acknowledge the listener might not know either and lighten the mood. Again, listen and notice the linking words. Your guess is as good as. Your guess is as good as. Your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine.
Your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine.
Your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine.
I don't have the foggiest idea. Well, this phrase is from British English. It's a more colorful and slightly humorous way to say, I have no idea. But remember, it's informal and best used with friends or family. I don't have the foggiest idea. I don't have the foggiest idea. I don't have the foggiest idea. Okay, this next phrase is perfect to use when you're at work or participating in a more professional conversation. I can find out. It shows the initiative and your willingness to research the answer for the other person, suggesting that you will get back to them on the matter in the near future. Can you tell which words are linked together? I can find out. I can find out. I can find out. Find out. Find out.
I can find out. I can find out.
I can find out. I can find out.
Another formal expression is, that's a good question. This phrase is a great way to encourage further exploration in meetings or discussions. Pay attention to the vowel sound in the word good. 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 That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I wish I knew. This phrase conveys a polite yearning for the answer. Imagine a colleague asks about a specific company policy. You could respond with, I wish I knew. But perhaps Sarah from HR would be the best person to ask. Notice the linking. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
I can't say for sure, but. This allows you to offer a possible answer while acknowledging there might be more information needed. It's useful in professional settings where you don't want to give false information. For example, a client asks about a product launch date. You could say, I can't say for sure, but based on current production, it should be around mid-July. I can't say for sure. I can't say for sure. I can't say for sure. I'll have to look into that. This phrase shows professionalism and a willingness to help. It's a good option when you can potentially find the answer later and want to take responsibility for following up. Your manager might ask about competitor pricing. You could reply, I'll have to look into that and get back to you by the end of the day. Notice that in spoken English, have to is usually pronounced in its weak form as have to. Have to. Have to. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to look into that. Okay, the first casual expression you can use instead of thank you is thanks a bunch. This expression is perfect when you're really thankful and want to keep it light and friendly. Imagine your friend helps you move some heavy furniture and you say, thanks a bunch, man. Let me buy you a drink. A very important pronunciation point you need to pay attention to here is the th sound in thanks, 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 and the two words thanks and a are also linked together. Thanks a, thanks a, thanks a bunch, thanks a bunch, thanks a bunch,
Thanks a bunch. Thanks a bunch.
Thanks a bunch. Thanks a bunch.
Thanks a bunch, Sandy. Thanks a bunch, Sandy.
Next, we have thanks a ton. Similar to thanks a bunch. This expression adds an extra emphasis on your gratitude. For instance, if someone stays late to help you finish a project, you might say, thanks a ton, I couldn't have done it without you. Again, notice the linking. Thanks a ton. Thanks a ton. Thanks a ton.
Thanks a ton. Thanks a ton. Thanks a ton.
Another really common way to say thanks is, I owe you one. This is great for when someone does you a favor, and you're acknowledging that you will return the favor in the future. For example, After borrowing a friend's car, you might say, I owe you one. I owe you one. I owe you one. I owe you one.
Thank you, Julian. I owe you one. Thank you, Julian. I owe you one.
I owe you one. I owe you one.
I owe you one. I owe you one.
Next up, we have thanks a lot. This can be used both sincerely and sarcastically, depending on the tone. Sincerely, you might use it after someone gives you a great recommendation. Thanks a lot for the tip about that restaurant. Listen and repeat after me. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Next one. You shouldn't have. When someone goes out of their way to do something special for you, this phrase shows your appreciation and surprise. For example, a friend surprises you with a gift or goes above and beyond what you expected. Instead of the boring thank you, you can say, wow, you shouldn't have. This is amazing. Here, shouldn't is the contracted form of should not. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have.
Another expression that is really common in spoken English is thanks a million. This expression amplifies your gratitude and is suitable for significant favors or help. If someone helps you get a job interview, you could say, thanks a million for recommending me to your boss. Thanks a million. Thanks a million. Thanks a million.
Thanks a million. Thanks a million.
Thanks a million. Thanks a million.
Thanks a million. Thanks a million.
The next slang expression is a bit more traditional, and you might have heard it all the time. Many thanks. This phrase signifies that you're truly grateful and appreciative. It's a good choice for situations where a simple thanks might not feel sufficient, but the situation isn't formal enough to warrant a very formal phrasing. Notice the word stress pattern here. Many. Many. Many thanks. Many thanks. Many thanks.
Many thanks. Many thanks.
Many thanks. Many thanks.
Many thanks. Many thanks.
Okay, another casual way to say thanks is I can't thank you enough. This phrase conveys a deep sense of gratitude. For example, if a friend helped you study for a big exam, you might say, I can't thank you enough for helping me study all night. I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough.
I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough.
I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough.
I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough.
The next expression on today's list is thanks for having my back. This is used when someone supports you through a tough situation. It shows your appreciation for their loyalty and friendship, letting them know their presence made a difference. For instance, after a friend defends you in an argument, you could say, thanks for having my back out there. Thanks for having my back. Thanks for having my back. Thanks for having my back.
Thanks for having my back. Thanks for having my back.
Thanks for having my back up there. Thanks for having my back up there.
Thanks for having my back, Tash. Thanks for having my back, Tash.
Another very informal, enthusiastic way to show appreciation, especially among friends, is you rock. This is a fun and informal way to express how awesome you think someone is for their help. If a friend goes out of their way to cheer you up, you might say, you rock. Thanks for always being there. You rock. You rock. You rock.
You rock. You rock. You rock.
Now that we've covered the casual side of gratitude, let's switch gears and explore how to express thankfulness in more formal settings. These expressions are ideal for professional environments or situations where you need to convey respect and politeness. First, we have thank you very much. This is a straightforward and respectful way to show appreciation. It's polite, clear, and gets the message across effectively. For example, in a business email, you might write, thank you very much for your prompt response. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now this next phrase is quite straightforward. I appreciate it. This phrase shows your sincere thanks for someone's effort or help. It's a step up from a simple thanks because it acknowledges the time or effort they put in. Perhaps a colleague stayed late to help you finish a presentation. You can say, I appreciate it. Take note of the word stress pattern here. Appreciate. Appreciate. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Another common phrase is, that's so kind of you. This expression acknowledges someone's kindness. On top of simply thanking them, it shows you appreciate their thoughtfulness and generosity of spirit. Imagine a supervisor offering you some words of encouragement. This phrase lets them know you recognize their support beyond just the words themselves. That's so kind of you. That's so kind of you. That's so kind of you.
Oh, that's so kind of you, Mrs. Walsh. Oh, that's so kind of you, Mrs. Walsh.
That's so kind of you. That's so kind of you.
That's so kind of you. That's so kind of you.
Now, to emphasize a very high level of gratitude, often used for something significant, we can say, I'm beyond grateful. It will help you express deep gratitude in a formal manner. Perhaps a coworker helped you land a dream job. This phrase expresses the depth of your appreciation for their impactful support. I'm beyond grateful for your recommendation, Daniel. It helped me land my dream job. Again, remember to take note of the word stress patterns here. Beyond. Beyond. Grateful. Grateful. I'm beyond grateful. I'm beyond grateful. I'm beyond grateful.
I'm beyond grateful. I'm beyond grateful.
I'm beyond grateful. I'm beyond grateful.
A more specific way to thank someone for their assistance is, I appreciate your help. This phrase tailors your thanks to the specific action someone took. Perhaps a client offered you valuable feedback on your work. Using this phrase shows you recognize the value of their contribution. I appreciate your help. I appreciate your help. I appreciate your help.
I appreciate your help. I appreciate your help.
I appreciate your help. I appreciate your help.
I appreciate your help. I appreciate your help.
Another formal phrase to emphasize the genuineness of your gratitude is, you have my sincere thanks. This is a powerful way to show your appreciation. Often used in written communication or formal speeches. You have my sincere thanks. You have my sincere thanks. You have my sincere thanks. Another similar phrase is, please accept my gratitude. This is a very formal way to express thanks, often used in writing or speeches. It's a polite and respectful way to show appreciation, particularly suitable for expressing thanks to someone you may not know well. Listen and repeat after me. Please accept my gratitude. Please accept my gratitude. The first expression we have here is, no problem. This is a super casual way to say you were happy to help someone, and it doesn't cause you any troubles. It's perfect for everyday interactions with friends or colleagues. Notice the word stress pattern here in the word problem. Listen carefully and repeat after me. Problem. Problem. No problem. No problem. No problem. Now, let's listen to how this phrase is used in spoken English.
Thank you.
No problem.
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 The next phrase we're going to talk about today is, glad I could help. This phrase goes beyond simply acknowledging thanks. It shows genuine enthusiasm about being able to assist someone. Notice how the words, glad, and I, are linked together. Listen and repeat after me. Glad I. Glad I. Glad I. Glad I could help. Glad I could help. Glad I could help.
Glad I could help. Glad I could help.
Glad I could help. Glad I could help.
Glad I could help. Glad I could help.
Another similar expression is happy to help. This is a friendly, enthusiastic, and sincere way to respond to someone's thanks. It expresses enthusiasm about being able to contribute and solve someone's problem. Now, what I want you to notice here is the pronunciation of the word, too. In spoken English, it's usually pronounced in its weak form as tuh. Tuh. Happy to help. Happy to help. Happy to help.
Happy to help. Happy to help.
Happy to help. Happy to help.
Happy to help. Happy to help.
Next up, we have anytime. This is a friendly and casual way to assure someone you'd be happy to assist them again in the future. It implies a sense of ongoing support and openness to future requests. Notice the word stress pattern here. Anytime. Anytime. Anytime.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Moving on to a more formal expression. Don't mention it. You can use this expression to say that the help you provided was no big deal and shouldn't be a cause for thanks. It can be used in both casual and formal settings, implying the assistance was a minor inconvenience or simply the right thing to do. A little note here, don't is the contracted form of do not. And remember to link the words mention and it together to sound more like a native speaker. Mention it. Mention it. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. Don't mention it.
Thank you.
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 Don't mention it.
Don't mention it. Don't mention it.
Don't worry about it. This expression conveys a sense of reassurance and minimizes the importance of your help. It suggests you were simply doing what anyone would do in the situation. This phrase works well in situations where the help you provided was minor. You want to reassure the person they weren't a bother. You're creating a casual and laid-back atmosphere. However, consider these points before using it. It can sometimes come across as dismissive, especially if the person genuinely needs or appreciates your help. Remember, context is key. Choose the response that best fits the situation and your relationship with the person. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You got it. You can use this phrase in a casual way to acknowledge a request or thank you. It's a quick and friendly way to say you'll take care of something, offering a sense of efficiency and reliability. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Thanks, Judy.
Got it.
Thanks, Judy.
Got it.
Thank you.
You got it.
Thank you.
You got it.
You got it. You got it.
Another expression here is, no worries. No worries is a casual way to downplay the help you provided and assure someone they shouldn't be concerned about thanking you. It suggests a relaxed and carefree attitude. Please note that this is a very casual phrase best suited for informal settings and conversations with friends, family, or colleagues you know well. Notice how the ending es in the word worries is pronounced. Worries. Worries. No worries. No worries. No worries.
No worries. No worries.
No worries. No worries.
No sweat. This is a very casual way to say the help was no trouble. It suggests a relaxed and easygoing attitude, implying the effort was minimal. You might come across this expression more often if you live in the southern US. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat.
Thanks, Mom.
No sweat.
Thanks, Mom.
No sweat. No sweat. No sweat.
No sweat. No sweat.
Similarly, we also have no biggie. However, this next expression has a slightly more playful tone. It suggests the help was a minor thing and not worth a big thank you, creating a lighthearted and casual atmosphere. Notice the word stress pattern here. Biggie. Biggie. No biggie. No biggie. No biggie.
No biggie. No biggie.
No biggie. No biggie.
No biggie. No biggie.
Next, we have a more simple and neutral way to acknowledge a request or thank you. Sure thing. This phrase is appropriate in most situations, offering a straightforward and polite response. Sure thing. Sure thing. Sure thing.
Thanks, Teddy.
Sure thing.
Thanks, Teddy.
Sure thing.
Thanks.
Sure thing.
Thanks.
Sure thing.
Thank you, nice lady.
Sure thing.
Thank you, nice lady.
Sure thing.
It was nothing is another way to downplay the help you provided in spoken English. Here's a breakdown to understand its meaning and when it might be appropriate. It suggests your help wasn't a big deal, potentially downplaying your actual contribution, as you're already close to the person and want to emphasize your willingness to help. Again, notice the word stress pattern here. Nothing. Nothing. It was nothing. It was nothing. It was nothing.
It was nothing. It was nothing.
It was nothing. It was nothing.
It was nothing. It was nothing.
Now, here comes a more formal expression that you could use in a more professional context. It was the least I could do. Here are some situations where it might be appropriate. The situation clearly called for help, and you provided some assistance. You want to show modesty and a willingness to help. It was the least I could do. It was the least I could do. It was the least I could do.
Was the least I could do? Was the least I could do?
Was the least I could do, Mr. Wayne. Was the least I could do, Mr. Wayne.
Another expression that will come in handy here is, let me know if you need anything else. This shows you care about the person and are willing to offer further assistance if needed. It works well in both formal and casual settings, extending a helping hand beyond the initial request. Let me know if you need anything else. Let me know if you need anything else. Let me know if you need anything else.
Let me know if you need anything else. Let me know if you need anything else.
Let me know if you need anything else. Let me know if you need anything else.
Let me know if you need anything else. Let me know if you need anything else.
My pleasure. The pleasure is mine. Both of these expressions are polite ways to acknowledge someone's thanks in spoken English. They express a sincere and positive response to someone's thanks. You can use, my pleasure, for a safe and versatile response in most situations.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you. My pleasure.
And you can use, the pleasure is all mine, in formal settings or when you genuinely want to emphasize the enjoyment you derived from helping. Remember, both phrases are polite and appropriate ways to respond to thanks. Consider the context and your relationship with the person to choose the most fitting response. Let's listen to some more examples in fast speech.
The pleasure is mine. The pleasure is mine.
The pleasure is mine. The pleasure is mine.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more tips on effective communication in English and other useful content, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep spreading positivity and gratitude. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.